So I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's 1 minute after 1. Um, just like to welcome you all to the Orland Park Public Library. This is Intro to iPhones. This is actually one of the first classes that that I really actually had to actually start. I did intro to iPhones and iPads as one because they're so similar. They're just the same. It's the same as, they're really the same. They do pretty much the same thing as an iPad would. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into it. First of all, let's like to set out to let you know there are different types, all different types of cell phones, iPhones that you use from the first gen all the way up to, I think now we're at 12, which that's what I'll be doing some illustrations on, the 12. And my name is Daniel Williams. I'm an assistant IT, an IT assistant here at the Orland Park Public Library. My job here is mainly to maintain all of the computers, making sure they're running properly in the building. That's administrative and staff, and as well as public. All the computers, that's primarily my job around here. I've been with the Orland Park Public Library here for 6 years, 6 years plus, actually, six years and 5 months to be exact. And I'm from DeVry. I got 2 degrees in network system management, and just want to freshen you up to exactly who I am and who's teaching you these classes here. So we're going to go to the next one. Like I said, I'm on an iPhone 12. And first of all, the iPhone 12, as you can see and illustrated on page 1, is the front camera. That's that little dot there is the front of the camera. That's where your camera at when you point it to yourself and take selfies, and that's what that is. And on the side is the side button, which actually you can use to put your phone to sleep, or if your phone is on, you can just touch number 2. That'll put your phone to sleep, and you're pretty much done using it. Number 3 is the lightning connector. That's where you plug the power into your phone, and which gives you, you can either electrical, you can plug it into a wall, or you can use the USB from there and plug it into a computer to transfer information. Number 4 is the SIM card tray. It has a SIM card tray that you can put your own SIM card in. And number 5 is dealing with the volume up and down. And number 6 is the ring and the silent switch. The number 5 with the volume is up and down. The silent switch is up above. And just so you'll know that this, just like to let you know that they're pretty much similar to each other. They have some differences because you may, depending on which iPhone you have, it's going to vary. So it really no telling exactly which one you have, but it's going to be similar to the same things that we're talking about here. Okay, so let's go to the next one here. Okay, next we're going to go to learn some gestures on your iPhone. Your iPhone gestures is really just telling you exactly how you can swipe up, swipe down. So as you can see, the swipe up is to go home. You swipe up from the bottom edge of your of the screen to return to your home screen. It just gives you all the gestures and hand gestures you can do with your phone. And of course, you have face recognition on your phone. So, if you swipe down, quick access control, you can swipe down the top corner to open your control center. And you can touch and hold that, and then the control will reveal more options for you. If you swipe and hold up, that opens the app switcher for you, which is really good. If you're using to open your apps, you can just go up and switch that over. The next one is from side to side, switching from screens. In other words, if I go side to side with my hand swiping across my iPhone, I can go to different icons that I have on my, or apps I have on my phone, and switch back and forth. And just to go back up one to the open to app switcher, if I also hold down on one of my apps, I can move my apps in different locations. Say, like, for instance, I want Safari down on the bottom. I could put my finger down on it and drag that Safari down into my home screen area. Or I can hold it and drag it to another screen and put it somewhere else. So if I don't want to see it, I can just switch them around. That's how you could switch it around. Or one of the things is, a lot of people don't know, but you have a series on your phone, which is a very, very good, helpful tool for you to have, because with Series, she does pretty much everything for you. And just say, hey, Series, hold down button, or whatever you want Series to do. If you want Series to find different locations, restaurants, to open your maps in Google Maps, and or to find a specific thing, Series will find that for you if you ask her. So, and if you have it hooked to your smart devices at home, it also can turn on and off your devices. For instance, I don't have Series. I have Google. And so I tell my Google to turn on my TV. It'll turn my TV on and off whenever I want to, increase the volume, and increase and decrease the volume. And now I'm able to also have it to change different channels on my TV for me by just asking it to do things. Series is pretty much just like Google, and you can also add Google Home to your iPhone. So you'll be able to do the same things I was telling you about. So you're not just stuck with Series only, but it's a good thing to have. Using an Apple Pay, a lot of people use Apple Pay. It's just kind of like another different way of pay method, using a credit limit, but you're doing it through Apple, and you can purchase things through Apple. Actually, right now, if you were to come to the library and you wanted to make some prints or fax some things, we accept Apple Pay here. So it's just like a credit card, but it's called Apple Pay, okay? And as you can see, these are some of the different options. Again, we're going into user accessible shortcuts, and how to get there, how to take your screenshots. It shows you how to take screenshots of something on your screen. So for instance, if you had something important that you wanted to remember, and you wanted to remember it and save it for later so you can recall what it is. Well, only thing you have to do is actually go ahead and hold these buttons down. And I'm going to get more into some of these gestures that I'm showing you here a little later into the presentation. So these are just some of the things you can do and save on your phone. It has using emergency SOS. And as you can see, the picture of the iPhone itself, and it's telling you exactly what buttons to push on your phone to do all these functions and these gestures. Okay, and then I go into the iPhone 12 Pro. This is the 12 Pro, and these are some of the things that it has. The cameras it has, which is 64 megapixel, which is the screen. It does have speakers on it, and it has microphones on it. They really went a little bit above and beyond with the technology nowadays than what they had from their previous. Of course, every year the technology is changing. By the time you get this iPhone 12, will be by Christmas time, will be iPhone 13. So technology is changing, but the thing is, it's getting a lot better. It's a lot clearer pictures. The speakers are a lot better. I think just like the iPad itself, it has 4 speakers on it. It never had 4 speakers on it. The new iPad does. So these technologies show some of the things about the different colors they coming out with, and pretty much basically what you're looking at. And this was 2020 when this came out. Now I noticed a little blur in, and I try to get another better picture, but I just wanted to get some of the older phones, and this is one of the older phones here, and it's just telling you some of the things where it shows where the camera at, the receiver is located at, where the microphone is located. Your sleeper button would be on the top instead of the side like the 12, and your status bar, as you can see up here, your status bar would be down here on the front, the top. This whole line across here will be your status bar. Then you have your ring and silence, which still is on that side. You have your volume up and down button that's on the located. You have your app icons that's on there, and it's just a basic view of the regular iPhone itself. You got your SIM card tray. You have on the back, you got your rear microphone. You have your camera on the back, and your flash that's also you have located on there. Next is going to go to just how to wake and unlock your iPhone. The iPhone turns off and on displays and save power. You can lock your phone to wake it. These are some of the things you do. On the side of your phone, there's just one single button on the side of your phone, and this is a look at different phones and where the sleep button is at. So in other words, if I'm on my phone, my current phone now, and I wanted to put it to sleep after I'm done with it, and I don't want to display anything, and I may have a 2-minute delay or 3-minute delay on this phone, well, I just only have to push that that button in, and that one button on the side, and it'll put my phone to sleep, and which will save battery life and everything else. But it just illustrating exactly what those buttons are for. And as you can set around and set your phone in the settings. If you go in your settings, you can have it for a gesture of when you lay your phone down and you raise your phone up, the display will come on with the brightness, and this is how it's just showing you what'll happen when you lift your phone up. So you can actually set your phone in your settings that every time you pick it up, your phone would turn on, it'll light up coming out of that sleep stage like you just seen on the other screen. You tap your screen, that's support model. Next, you're going to unlock your phone, like to the iPhone X and later. You can tap your screen and raise your iPhone. This again, this is just a gesture that you can set up on your phone in settings and go there. That every time you raise it up, you'll be able to your phone will interact and it will come on. And as you lay it down, you can have it set that when it goes down, or you can push the button on the side to put it to sleep, and you're done with that. And as you can see on the bottom, there's a lock button, because some of them, the newer phones don't have the little small button that's down in the middle, down on the middle of the phone, down toward the end. So you would touch that as your home button. Most of the newer iPhones don't have that on there, as so the iPads, they don't have that little button in the middle and down in the bottom anymore to touch. So that's just a different model. So you'll know about that. To learn the gestures, this is how you touch one finger lightly to the screen. And this is some of the gestures by tapping, holding, and everything else. And it shows you pretty much how there's some of the different gestures you can do, which you've seen a whole list of them that I did earlier. And you can move across the screen, go up and down. You can move your icons. If you hold your finger down on your icons, it'll begin to rattle. You can also take those and delete those off of your, uninstall them off of your iPhone. And also, just like to add some things on here, when you scroll, you can use the up and down scroll, and you can zoom in and out with that. Now, when you pull your pictures up on your phone, and you took a picture, say you're out at a zoo or something, took pictures of something. Now, some of the gestures that you can use when you take your picture and you got your picture on your phone and you touch it once, you should be able to take two fingers and you can zoom in and out on your phone to get a closer sight. So if it was say a picture of a bird in a tree, and you took a picture of it, but you could tell it's far away, and you want to get close to it. So what you want to do is take your fingers, you want to move them, take the picture. After you take the picture and you have it on your phone, exact the picture, you can also use your fingers and touch it and open the two fingers up wide, and that should open the magnify the picture so it'll be closer, and it'll zoom in, and you can actually zoom in on some things that you usually wouldn't have options or ways to do that. Okay, here you got to get to know your home screen button. This here is just giving you more information about opening your apps, and to go to your home screen and swipe up from the bottom edge of the screen. And if it's an iPhone X or later, you have to press the home button and on the other models. So you swipe up or to the right to browse through your apps. And then you open your apps by tapping the apps on the icon, and you open them by tapping each one of the apps that's on your phone, which is illustrated on the right. These are your apps here. And if you were to grab one of these apps, and I don't know if you can see my little arrow there, if I sit around and held this is my finger and I held this down, I can drag this over to another screen, and automatically, as I drag, go to another screen and put this app somewhere else. If I wanted to take this app and put it down here in my home screen, I would hold it and hold my finger on it and drag it all the way down here to the bottom, and it'll load up in between here, and you'll see all of my icons spread out. They'll get smaller to make room for this other one. Taking screenshots. A lot of us like to take screenshots. And like I said, I talked about this earlier, recording on an iPhone screenshots. You take pictures on your screen of anything that you have on your screen. So even if it was a picture sent to you from someone else, you can screenshot that. And what it'll do is take the screenshot of that picture, and then it'll put it into your photos. And now you can be able to look at it later if someone sent it to you. Say I sent you a picture of my dog, and send it to your text message, and you got a text message of me taking a picture of my dog. Okay, so if you wanted to actually open it up, you'll touch it. You can take a screenshot of that. And this is some of the suggestions. You have to press and hold and release the buttons that you guys can give that a try if you like to. But you simultaneously, you press the release button on the side of the phone and the volume up, and that will take a snapshot of whatever you have on your phone. If you had an important document that someone sent you a copy of something like that, and you wanted to take a copy of it, you can do a screenshot of it, and it'll automatically put it into your photos, and you can go into your photos and pick that, and either you can print it, or you can just store it as just like a photo or something and put it in there. You can choose to save it, or you can delete it, and it's really up to you how you want to utilize that. If you save if you save the snapshot, you can view the snapshot album in that photo app, and all the photos in your iCloud photos. Now, I'm going to get more into that a little later. And so we're going to go to the next screen here. Okay. So this here will control, you got a dark mode on your screen, and it depends on the model that you have. It gives you your phone a dark mode scheme and a light mode scheme. And actually the newer phones, either it's a Android or if it's an iPhone, they now come with the dark mode and the lighter mode. And you can choose those modes on your phone, which one that works better for you and fits for you. To set it up, you have to turn on your phone automatically. You can set it up, turn on a dark mode, meaning that, say for instance, it's bright outside and I don't want to have my phone in the light mode because it's bright outside and it's hard to see, or I just usually keep mine in a dark mode. And that way, if you see the illustrated picture, that's kind of like a darker mode instead of a light mode that helps you to view your icons and your things on your phone without a whole lot of brightness to your phone. So you have to go to your settings, you have to go to display and brightness, and then you would switch it over to the dark to turn it on the dark mode, or the light mode to turn on and off. And that will, and you can see, and you can give it a sample and give it, find out if that works for you or not. And I know that you guys are probably going to have some questions for me. I usually do questions at the end, but I will get to you. And I'm just going to continue on because we only have an hour. Unfortunately, we only have an hour. So I just want to make sure I get through the presentation, and then I'm going to answer your questions. And if there's anyone I do not get to on questions, I'm going to leave my email address here, and you can email me and I can get back with you on some questions. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next slide. View and respond to notifications on your iPhone. Notifications will help you track and what's new, and let you know what you're missing, a call or anything like that. So basically, your notifications on your phone, and it works no matter what device you have, iPhone, iPad, or whatever phone, notifications is set up through your apps, like your, you can go customize your notification, go into notification settings. So you can see all your apps on there. And if you prefer to see, you want notifications on specific apps to send you information, say for instance, you have a Chase bank account and it sends you notifications every time that there's money taken out of that account. Well, what happens is that you'll receive a notification and you can turn it on and off through your notifications in your settings. And like, for instance, if I have, I have on my phone, I have a few apps that I'm not really interested in getting. Like I have Voodoo, I have Voodoo apps, I have Chick-fil-A apps and everything else. And those notifications is not important to me. I don't want to sit down and get notifications for Chick-fil-A or any other apps. When I go into my notification center, which is through your settings, and you look for notifications on the left-hand side, you can go ahead and turn those on and off if you want, if you don't want those showing to you. I have a lot of sports on my phone and I don't want those notifications all the time. If I'm interested in what's going on in sports, I'll click on that, I'll check that icon or that app and I'll open it up, I'll look at it, and then I'll decide right there if I'm going to, if I want it to continuously send me notifications. When you have multiple notifications, that's what they're talking about here, responding to notifications. Because some of these apps are set up that every time you download them, they send notifications to your device, informing you of sales. If you have Walmart app, it'll send you notification from Walmart. If I want it, and of course they have sales all the time, so they're going to constantly send you notifications. To turn those off, you have to go to settings on your device and go into notifications, and it'll give you a list of all your apps on there, and you can turn those notifications off or on, and it's really up to you to control that. Asking Siri's on your phone, it helps a lot of people, and it helps you, even in your car, it'll help you because your car, your cellular phone is set up that pairs up to your car. So I could talk to Google in my car and ask Google for the map to a Chinese restaurant that's close by, and it'll give me the information on that, the location of that place, and I say the telephone number. And I can ask Google to actually call it. You can do the same thing with Siri's. Give me the closest restaurant by there, and they say it's probably Chungwang Lee over on 159th in Harlem. So what it is, once it tells me that, I say, well, give them a call for me at that location. Well, I could tell them to the phone to actually notify, call that place, and while I'm driving, ask some questions. Are you doing in-house dining because of the COVID, everything that hit with the COVID-19? Are you doing dining right now? Yes. Okay, that lets me know, do I need to make reservations? Yes, you can. So I can call, make reservations, and drive there on the side. Siri's help you for a lot of things. If you have questions about anything, pretty much dealing with anything in the world. Siri, what was the White Sox score against New York last night? It will give you the score automatically without you searching for it. If you wanted to see the sales that's at Walmart, you can say, Siri, give me the sales, the updated or the deals at Walmart. It will go to Walmart. It'll show you the deals. It'll show you the website, and it'll show you all the deals that they have going on. You can also set your alarm for it. I do mine, since I don't have an iPhone, I do mine through Google. And I say, Google, set the alarm for 8 o'clock a.m. or 6:30 a.m. It'll wake me up at 6:30 a.m. I could also say Series, if I had Series, and the same thing, like I said, I have Android. I could tell Series to notify me, let me know I have an appointment, and put in my notes that I have a doctor's appointment on the 23rd, I'm sorry, make it the 27th at 5 o'clock p.m. And it will store that information, and it'll say, what time do you want us to notify you? I could tell it to notify me a day before, or all that whole day. So when I wake up out, the first thing I see on my phone, that I have a doctor's appointment that day. So these are some of the things that you have, these voice commands that you could do with your phone and interact with Siri's, that'll help you also get to things fast. You can tell it to call Aunt Margaret. Hey Siri, call Aunt Margaret's cell phone. Siri says, calling Aunt Margaret. It'll look through all of your contact lists, find Aunt Margaret telephone number, and you specifically said cell phone, so it will look for her cell phone. And then when it finds it, said, do you want me to call now? And you say, yes, call her now. And it'll go ahead and make the call for you. If it was emergency, you can use that. That's good for emergency. If I was by myself and something happened, I tripped and probably messed up my ankle and I couldn't walk, I can, or messed up my wrist, I could go ahead and say, Siri, call the ambulance, and I call 911, and it'll call for me and take care of that without hands-free. So that's something good to use on Siri. You can activate that through your settings as well. Okay, finding apps and games. You can ask Siri. Siri is another one that will find the apps and games for you. And then what you have to do is go ahead and download them. But all your apps are going to be in your app store. So when you go to your app store, you have to go through your app store for all your apps. So if you have your iPhone and you only have Safari on your iPhone, but you want to have Google Chrome, well, what you have to do with Google Chrome is you have to download it and go into your store, find Google Chrome, and you can download it to your device. If you wanted to have any app for stores or anything like that, it will search for those apps and you can download them. And you have to go through your store to get those apps. Now, some apps cost and some do not. Your free apps, you will still have to have your Apple ID available to start that up. As you can see toward the bottom where it says buy and download the app, you have to, if you have it, usually if it's on your phone and it's already down on your phone to use, as you can see toward the bottom, it's like a smoke and an arrow going down. If you see that, instead of a price, you already purchased that app. It's already in there and it's purchased for you. So all you have to do is click on that and it'll start downloading that for you. And that's without a charge. Some of your apps will not cost you. So if you're looking for it, it'll tell you the price before you actually purchase it. So when you, if I go into and I say I want Minecraft on there, well, Minecraft going to tell me it's $1.99 or $4.99 to download that on my phone, which I have to purchase, and you would have to have a credit card on file. With my Macs at home, I do have a credit card on file, So if I were to purchase anything on there, my credit card would be charged on that. And it's really up to you. If you wanted something that costs an app on there, you would have to use a credit card. Once it's on there, you can take that credit card information off there if you like, if you decide you don't want it to just remain on there. So that's really your option on that. Next is dealing with the face recognition. Um, some some of the iPhones are set up for face recognition, and I think it's the face recognition on the iPhone X and later to unlock your iPhone, authorized purchases and payment. So you can have it set up to sign in your phone by just looking at your face. Um, let's see here. Sorry about that. I adjust my camera there. So you would I could go ahead and use face recognition. Once I use face recognition, everything that you're going to use on your phone and have capability of using is going to go through your settings. Your settings is your key to pretty much setting up all of these different functions. And that's where you're going to go to. And you would have to set up a password. On my phone, it's set up for, even though it's an Android and it's just like this one here, just like the iPhone, but it's a face recognition. It can recognize my face, and it once it knows my face, it will turn on automatically. That's how the face recognition works. So to unlock my phone, it has to be, once it's pointed at me, and I have it set up for face recognition, it will look at my face and my phone will open automatically without me putting in a password. And it's really cool for some people that want to use it. I wouldn't suggest it. Some people found a little trouble with it because they had their significant other try to figure out what they were up to. And as they were sleeping, the significant other took their cell phone and put it to their face, and it opened their cell phone, and they were able to get it into their mail and find out what was going on. So it'll be helpful. It's really helpful if you don't have anyone to worry about going into your phone. And if you want to get in your phone access fast, that's a way to go to, using your face recognition. And it's a pretty cool tool. I'd like to go over some of the things, setting up your Bluetooth on a list that appears. Once you set up your Bluetooth, say for instance, if I go to my settings and I go to Bluetooth, Bluetooth will look for anything compatible to it. So if I wanted to look for my car and I was driving a Hyundai and my phone was trying to pair up to it, I go into Bluetooth mode. And as you can see, it has to be turned on for it to work. And what it does, it looks and discover anything that's I'm around that's Bluetooth compatible. It will pull up like it pulls up down here, and it'll show everything around you. It'll show you're not connected to it, but it'll show that you can connect to it. But more than likely, you would need compatible password to access it. To some of them, you can access it. I like to go over something too that's actually I didn't put on here that is important too, is the Wi-Fi. And when you go into settings, above the Bluetooth is going to be Wi-Fi. If you Wi-Fi does the same thing. When you go to Wi-Fi, it lists, and it's on, it lists everything that's close by that's Wi-Fi, and it'll pick it up, and you just have to know which Wi-Fi it is. So if it's the Orland Park Public Library, then that Wi-Fi will show up OPPL Wi-Fi. If you're you're at home and you have AT&T and you know your box number, it'll look for that too. And for you to be able to access your Wi-Fi at home, you would have to select the name of your device. Then of course, you're gonna have a password on there. You're gonna have to put your password on. Once you put your password in to any of these devices that you have, your device will automatically pair to them when you turn them on. That's, for instance, when I get in my car and I got my Bluetooth paired to my car, as soon as I turn on my car, my Bluetooth is immediately going to discover that my car is on, and it's going to immediately transfer everything over there so I can use my car as hands-free, and I don't have to worry about trying to talk with my phone. So if I'm too close to my car and I'm talking and having a conversation and my car is on, the mute everything will go muted on my phone and everything will go to my car. And there was several times I had a phone call and it was ringing in my car when I was outside of my car. So what that does is, I just want to tell you the difference too. It discovers whichever area you're in, and that'll be a little helpful for you. Moving on. Bluetooth device on an iPhone, iPad, and like I said, you got to go to settings. And again, you see the Wi-Fi. That's where you get the Wi-Fi at. If you go to someone's house and it's your daughter, cousin, friend, whoever, and they let you use their Wi-Fi. And they give you the Wi-Fi password once you access it. When you go back over to their house, your phone will look to connect to that, and you already stored the password in there, so it'll connect right off the bat as soon as you go there, unless you decide to disconnect from it. And you would have to select whatever the name of their Wi-Fi is. It can be AT&T 12345, and you would touch it and say disconnect, and that'll disconnect you from their Wi-Fi. Other than that, you're really pairing it, and that password will always stay there unless your phone is misfunctioning. Excuse me. So you just make sure you just know that information. As you can see over to the right, sound bar. So I have a surround sound at home, and it's a Bluetooth compatible sound bar. And what I could do when I turn it on my phone, I could go there and I would have to push a button on my sound bar, and it'll actually send a signal on Bluetooth. And then I go to my phone and look for Bluetooth, and it'll show the signal of that sound bar. And if it says it's a Vizio sound bar, I look for Vizio sound. There it is there, and I'll select it. They'll pair each other, and then I could start playing. If I had music playing on my phone, I could start playing it on that Bluetooth device. And the same thing with speakers. A lot of people are buying speakers that's Bluetooth compatible for outdoor using. And that's how you connect your Bluetooth there, and you're able to play your music through there. And it's a really good tool to have. And like I said, how to unpair it, and pretty much basically you launch your app and you tap on your Bluetooth. Once you do find, like I said before, you find that device, you tap on it. So if it's soundbar, I would tap on soundbar here, and then I would hit disconnect. That would disconnect me from that device. So I had a party, I was in Dallas a couple weeks ago visiting family, and I went out and I bought a nice speaker in the back for the family when they came over. It was Bluetooth compatible and also flash drive. You can put a flash drive in there with, but my niece came over and she decided I want to pair up to it and play my music. So it's really good for that because you can pair your phone if you got some music you want to download on your phone and you add a function and say, hey, what about that? Oh, hey, I got a good song that you can play on that. And you can pair your phone to that Bluetooth and you'll be able to play that music. So it's pretty cool to have. And let me see here. You can also, when you select it and you go through the same prompts for Bluetooth, you can also say, forget the device. Now, when you disconnect it, you're not really disconnecting it. It just, I mean, you are disconnecting it from whatever it's paired to. But when you leave and come back, it can still pick up that device because it has the password, it has that information for that device in there. So what it's showing you, if you don't want it to ever pick that up again, say like you over at some relative's house and you want to use your use their Wi-Fi, and you decide that you're leaving and you don't want their Wi-Fi information on there, you can say forget this device and it'll log you off permanently and you don't have to worry about taking the password out. But if you use disconnect, you'll still be able to get back on. I like to talk about how to back up your iPhone and your iTunes. You can use iTunes to back it up on your Mac or your PC, either or, but you still have to download the iTunes. Once you go into iTunes and you take your phone and you connect the one end to the bottom of your power, whichever you have, your lightning bolt, whatever you have, and connect it to your computer USB, it'll automatically show your phone listing there. It'll ask for authorization. So for here on out, when it comes in there, it'll show your phone come up. So it's say Mitch phone, then this is Mitch phone. Okay, it'll show the Mitch phone in here, and it'll show how many gigabytes that phone has. It'll show where the battery level is at. And over on the side, it'll tell you what type of phone, what's the cut. It'll show what is the iOS, which is what model it is. The serial number on there will come up. And if your phone needed any updates, it would show the updates on your phone. So if you want to, once you go on the screen and you see the screen come up, if you see where it shows here, it shows update, check for updates. If your phone say it's already updated and it shows today's date, that means it's up to date today. So you wouldn't have to check the updates. But if your phone haven't and it doesn't show that, you can do the check updates, check for updates, and do that. And I'm just going to tell you this, and it's very, very important on any Apple devices. If you have an iPad, you have an iPhone, you have an iMac, any Apple devices, you have to update those. If you don't, your system is going to act kind of weird, and it's going to act kind of like slow sometimes, because that update is important. Apple have a security update on their phones and their devices that actually will slow up your normal procedures on your phone and things you do on your phone, because you haven't had that update. It's kind of slow. Once you get that update, your phone will start speeding up, and you notice all the functions are working a lot better. So you might want to check your phone. I would say at least once a week or twice, say once every 2 weeks would be good. to make sure you're up to date, because they do usually do a lot of updates on the phone. So where you see backup down and on there, you see backup. And just FYI, so I don't lose anyone, we're talking about on iTunes. Once you get iTunes on your computer, this is what you'll see once your phone is paired up and it recognizes yourself. This is what you see. It's an automatic backup to iCloud. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think they give you either 5 or 10 gigabytes of room on iCloud so you could do backups. Once you reach that limit, you would have to pay for more space to put things on there. I've seen people with thousands and thousands of pictures and they try to back them up to this, and it's asking them they would have to they need more memory, and it'll tell them how much memory you're trying to back up to this, and this is how much you need to buy. If you don't want to do that, you can also, what you can do is just back it up to your computer. And if you want to do that, as you can see under where it says iCloud, it says this computer. If you click on that, your backup from your phone or device, whatever you have, will go to this computer that you're using now instead of the iCloud. And you would hit backup now. And what happened is that all your information from your phone, contacts, all your apps, all the information you have on your phone will go into that computer and store there. So if ever you decide, I'm going to move up to, right now I got a iPhone 10 and I want to go to 12, and you want to buy it from, say from eBay, you bring it home here, you can connect that phone here and you can store the backup from here to that phone and get all your information over there from that one device. So that's what this is for. If you, that's the summary there. If you have music on there, you can go to movies on there as well, TV shows, podcasts, books, anything that you have stored on there. You see on the left-hand side where it says settings, and then down here it says on my device. So when I go to music, if I have any music on my device, when I click here, it'll show the music that's on my device. If I have any movies, TV shows, podcasts, books, audio books, all that will show when I click on each one of these devices on that particular phone. Okay, how to back up, and this is for people who have the cloud. If you go into your settings, you do have an iCloud icon on the top that it's toward the bottom, and it'll say iCloud. And once you click on that iCloud over here, you will get this screen here, and you will look for backup. And what you do is you can go up here and iCloud backup. Once you turn this on, or you say backup now, it'll start backing up all your information on your phone to the iCloud. And once you get to the iCloud, you have it. And it's another way that you can also get things off. If you decide to go to a new phone, you would open your iCloud account on your new device, and then you can download all that information that was from your previous phone onto the new phone without worrying about going to the store and having someone else do it for you. You can do it that way as well. And if your phone was damaged or it got rained on or something happened, the screen broke or whatever, you'll have a backup copy just in case of something happening to your phone. And it's always a good thing to have that backup because you never know what happens. Now I come to the Orland Park Q&A time. So if you have any questions, and I can answer it at this time, So you can just type in any questions that you have. And someone seems like they have a question, how do you bring back Apple default apps that were deleted by accident? Well, if you delete an app by accident, it's kind of, it's like anything. If you got deleted, you can just go back into the store, your app store, and find that specific app that you actually deleted. And you go ahead and open it again, and it'll reinstall back in your device. Now, the trick is, if you just deleted the app or if you uninstall the app, that's the difference. Because deleting means that you deleted it off the screen, but it's still in the phone. So if you go into the store, your app store, you should be able to pull up that app that you deleted by an error and open it again, and then you can put that app right back in there. And so it's really not going anywhere. You're welcome. Someone thanking me for the presentation. And another thing for you, so you guys always know, at the bottom, of course, you see my name. That's where you can dwilliams@orlandparklibrary.org. If you had any questions, that's later. This whole video will be reshown again. I think it's going to take about 3 days, and then they will recast this, which will be on our, we have a Facebook, and we also have a YouTube channel that we also use, which I do have it on this presentation toward the end. You'll see it that that you can ask, you can find out more information, and you can watch these videos as much as you like. And toward here, you'll see at the bottom here that it's the facebook.com/Orland Park Library. That is how you get to the videos for all of our classes that's coming up. That facebook.com, and then the YouTube one, that's for anyone that wants to get in YouTube. If you have any questions in reference to specifics on your device, specific questions, I would suggest that you use some tools like Google it, use Google, but be specific when you ask for exactly what you're looking for. So if it's something like, how do I download all my photos to my computer? Well, Google will show you, will bring up that information, or you could just go series. How to show a YouTube video on how to download all my photos on my computer. It'll bring up YouTube. It'll show different people that have done this before, and then you're able to watch them in real time and watch them go step by step on that specific area that you want. So it's a good tool to use those, and I tell people a lot to use that. And I'd like to thank you all for holding on and hanging in there with me. And I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you have a great evening. And this ends my presentation. I'm just going to pull back up here just in case someone wants my name or have questions later. And just want to say couple other things too to you guys, is that all of our upcoming classes, if you want to know all of our upcoming classes, go to orlandparklibrary.org. Once you go on to orlandparklibrary.org, you're going to look over to your right and look for events. Once you find events and you click on there, and you'll see a calendar pop up. and it'll be for that month. And all you have to do, if you're looking for computer classes, you'll see it. You can click on the color coordinated line and it'll show all the computer classes. But if you don't click on it, it'll show all the events that we have going on here at the Orland Park Library. But if you're just looking for the computer information, it's there for you. And it gives you if it's a Zoom class or if it's in-person classes. Because I think coming up classes, a lot of the coming up classes that we have, you would you'll be able to attend those classes here at this building, but you would have to have reservations. All right, so that'll do it for me, guys. And I hope you guys have a great evening and be safe and stay cool because it's hot out there.